Hi guys, my name is Sarah Messer and I am a Jamberry independent consultant. Today I'm going to be showing you application of jams. It's really not as hard as it looks. I'm going to be using two of my style box wraps from April 2017. I just got these in the mail a couple days ago and I couldn't wait to put them on. This one is South of France. It is this gorgeous pink floral. And this one is Around Town, equally pretty yellow and pink polka dot. I couldn't wait to put these on. They're just so pretty. If you watch this video and notice it, you can still get these two wraps in any of the April wraps. You just have to go in before April 25th, get your May style box, and add these two or any of the other April wraps to your style box. It'll ship on the 1st, and you'll get them. You just have to get in there and get it done. So yeah. Let's move on to application. You're going to see me use my Jamberry metal tools a lot in this video. You can also use your purple pusher. I'll show you that as well. Or you can use a wooden tool. Doesn't matter, as long as it'll push back your cuticles, you're good to go. I just love my metal tools. They're my favorite. So I'm going to show you with my metal tools, and then I'll show you, actually, I'll do this one first. So you have your cuticle that you see right around the edge of your nail. You also have an invisible cuticle that grows out with your nail. To put on your wraps, you want to make sure you push that cuticle back. So I'm going to take my purple pusher, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to push around the outside of my nail, making sure that there is nothing there. If I have invisible cuticle or my actual cuticle or even my skin underneath my wraps, it will not adhere as well. You will end up with bubbles and you're not going to get the longevity out of your wraps that you were hoping for. So you just take your purple pusher, you go in and you push. You can even use this side if you have really stubborn invisible cuticle. I don't have any left because I always wear my wraps and I push them back all the time. But as you're going, you will notice that your tools will catch on something and you'll see a little white line showing up around the edge of your nail. That's your invisible cuticle. The cool thing about Jamberry is they know invisible cuticle is a problem. So they came out with their cuticle remover pen. It's a little brush with the solution on the inside. You spin up the top and it comes out. You brush it on your nail and you leave it on for 1 to 2 minutes. It softens that cuticle and makes it super easy to get off of your nail. So if you're someone that grows a ton of invisible cuticle, that is your best friend. So the next thing, I'm just going to go through my nails as I talk and make sure my cuticles are pushed back. I already did this, but you're going to want to make sure that you go wash your hands with Dawn dish soap. Dawn dish soap or any kind of dish soap that doesn't have any moisturizers in it will take the rest of the oils off of your nails. You just want to make sure you scrub it really, really well. It's important to do that just so that you don't have any oils left on your nail to break down your adhesive. Oil is the enemy of your adhesive. Okay, I know this hand is ready. I'm going to go ahead and start with this hand on the video. So I already washed my hands with Dawn dish soap. The next thing I'm going to do now that I've pushed back my cuticles is I'm going to use our nail prep cleanser. You can also use our nail prep wipes or some alcohol to wipe down your nails. It doesn't matter as long as it's going to cleanse your nails. The nice thing about our cleanser is it's got this super cool pump top. You push it down and it ends up on your little pad. I'm going to wipe down my nails and I'm even going to wipe down my fingers a little bit because once again, oil is the enemy of your wraps. You want to make sure that there's no oil that's going to get anywhere onto your nails or your wraps. So I'm going to wipe both hands down just lightly to make sure that there is no oil dirt left. Next thing I'm going to do, okay, this is where some people differ. I like to cut my wraps on the backing apart just to make sure I've got an easy way to handle them. Some people don't like to do that, and that's fine. It's just your personal preference, and you're going to figure out the best way to do it for yourself. I'm just going to choose to cut straight down the middle of my backing because I think it's easier. So now I have 2 pieces to work with. I'm going to keep this half for today and put the other half away for later. I'm going to do the same thing because I'm doing a mixed mani today. Just cutting up the middle again, not cutting the wraps, just the middle. Again, keeping one half, putting the other half away for another day. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my petty portion off of my sheet. I know that these two wraps are for my toes. I don't use them for my nails, so I'm just going to cut them off and put them away for later. Same thing over here. Top two sizes, I don't need them today. I'm going to cut them off and put it away. One last thing for me to think about as I'm working with my wraps. Next thing I'm going to do, I have my mini heater ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It's a little bit loud because she's old. She's 2 years old. If you buy a new heater from Jamberry, they come with a 60-day warranty and they are whisper quiet. You won't hear it as much as you hear mine. I know that this wrap, get these off my fingers. This wrap here is the one that fits my pinky the best. So I'm going to lay it over my pinky. If I don't know that, I'm just going to layer it over my nail, and I'm going to figure out which wrap fits which finger the best. I'm going to do that before I do anything else, so I know exactly where I'm putting my wraps. I'm probably going to double check before I put it on my finger, but I like to check first, just to make sure I know what I'm doing. I am going to cut the smallest wrap off of my sheet. This is the one that goes on my pinky. I cut it off because I know my pinkies are itty bitty, and I have to cut my wrap down a little bit to make sure it's not touching my cuticle. If you go to size your wraps and you notice that none of them are, or one of them is a little bit too big for your finger, not a big deal, just cut it down. I'm going to use straight scissors for this. You can use your curved scissors that come in your application kit. I just use straight scissors for so long. It's what I'm used to. It's what I get the best results for myself with. I'm going to take this wrap. You're seeing the back side of it instead of the front side. I'm going to cut straight up the side, just enough to make it slimmer. And then I'm just going to round out the back. There we go. Original. New. You can see it's just a little bit slimmer. It's what works for me. I'm going to take my metal tool. I'm going to lift it off of the backing. I just curve my backing. This is why I like to cut them apart, so that I can push the edge, the tip, side off. I'm going to put it on my tool, and I'm going to rest it on my finger. I'm not going to heat it yet. I find that I get a better application when I wait to heat it until after it's sitting on my nail. I just made sure it's touching the middle. It's not pushed down or anything. I'm going to take my heater. I'm going to heat it. You don't have to heat it very long. It should feel like you're holding on to a warm cup of coffee. You'll see that the tip just slightly bent, which tells me that this vinyl is pliable and ready to go. I'm going to go straight down the middle, down one side, down the other. I'm going to heat it one more time, just for a moment. My heater is right here if you see me putting my finger off camera. I'm going to use my purple pusher because it's soft and squishy, and this is exactly what it's made for. And I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to squish down my wrap. I'm going to use it to go around all the sides because our adhesive is pressure and heat activated. Just going to press, 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 press. Make sure it is good to go. Now I'm going to heat it one more time. This part is optional. I'm just going to tug on it for a moment. Not hard, just enough to make sure it is nice and stretched out on the sides because I have super curvy nails, and that's what I find helps me the most. Now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut this extra off because I don't need it anymore. You don't want to file your nails now, right after you put it on, because I know and I can feel that this wrap is still warm. If I file them now, the front of my wrap is not going to be as pretty and smooth as it could be if I wait just a little bit. So I just cut the tip off so it's easier to work with the rest of my fingers while this one cools. Now, I know that today I am doing a mixed mani, which is super fun, but that means I've got to think a little bit here on where I want placement. I think today I'm going to go every other. I just decided that right now. So I know that I need this wrap right here in the middle next. So I'm just going to cut it off my sheet. I mutilate my sheets a little bit, and that's okay. You're going to do whatever is the best method for you. You can see I'm just cutting out the wrap that I know fits my next finger the best. Easy as that. I'm going to cut it in half because 1.5-inch wrap fits 2 fingers, assuming you don't have beautiful long fingers that you need one wrap for one finger. Again, I'm just going to lift. It's really hard to show this. Just lift the corner. I'm going to use my purple pusher this time because it's what I picked up. As long as it's a flat surface and it's not your finger, you're totally good to go. I'm going to lay it on my finger. I can grab the tip once I know it's not going to be touching my nail, because that doesn't matter. I just don't want to touch what's actually touching my nail. I'm going to heat it for a moment, just until I feel like I'm holding a warm cup of coffee. I'm going to go straight down the middle, down one side, and down the other. Oh, this wrap is so pretty. I love it. Now I'm noticing something. I'm noticing... Catalog? Nope. I need something white. I'm noticing that it is touching my cuticle right now. That's not good. There's an easy way to fix it though, because I have little cuticle clippers. I'm going to go in. I'm just going to trim it. There's no reason why you can't trim your wrap once it is sitting on your finger. I would show you this, but I need to be able to see it. Some of my nails I don't have to trim. I just have goofy shaped nails, and it is what it is. I know a lot of people that don't have to trim at all and get perfect applications. It just depends on what your nail bed shape is. Everybody is a little bit different. There we go. So now I know it's not touching my cuticle, and I am good to go. I'm going to heat it one more time. Heating. I'm going to take my purple pusher in because I know I just lifted the edge of my wraps to make sure it wasn't touching my cuticle. And I'm going to push this one down really, really well. Just like that. Now you can see it's not touching the edge of my nail. I'm going to heat it again, just for a moment. Tug on the edges so that I know I don't have any bubbles trying to pop up in there. Trim it. And that finger's done. Now normally I would do the rest of these 4 fingers before I file, but for the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step that I do. I'm going to take my Jamberry file, this one is well loved, and I'm going to go straight down. I'm not going to go back and forth, I'm not going to go up, I'm going to go straight down on the tip of my nail. And you're going to see that that tip starts to come off. If you have short nails, another great choice is to use your fingernail clippers and use those to take the tip of your wrap off and just a little tiny bit of your fingernail. A lot of people have a lot of success with that way. My nails happen to just be long enough at this point in time to not need to use my clippers. I'm going to shape my nail a little bit, and it's done. Easy peasy. One more time, this nail just straight down. You'll notice I go this way for a moment. That's just getting the very edge of my nail. I'm going to go in just this way and get the very corner. I'm not touching the whole nail, just that little bit of a corner that sits down into my finger. And I'm done. Look at how pretty those are. I wish I had something white. Look at how pretty. That is how I do my application. Easy as that. I'm done with those 2 nails. I would finish up the rest of my hand and I would be done. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And I will see you later. Thank you.